Falling by Junji Ito. It starts with a view of this town. A narration explained at the beginning of this year an unexplainable rash of S-word things, actions began in the town. Now the husband comes home and is looking for his wife, Erica. He stumbles upon her hanging around. He rushes her to the hospital and luckily she survived. Instead of saying like thank you or anything, she mumbles in her sleep, "Why didn't you let me die?" The husband tells the nurse he doesn't understand why she would do this, but she did leave a note. It didn't make any sense though. It reads, "Something strange is going to happen in this town." The nurse says, "Strange." Then seems to understand. Then asks the husband if he heard about the rise of the S-word actions that began this year. They all left the same note. He responds, "What could it be?" Now, in the middle of the night, a group of people are sleepwalking in the street, and Erica knows this too. A homeless man is watching them, and he asks them where they're going, but they don't answer. The next day, the husband shows up at the hospital. The nurse tells him that Erica is gone. It seems that she slipped out in the middle of the night, and also as that a number of other patients disappeared last night as well. A woman walks up out of nowhere and says, "Don't you realize this town is disturbed? It's madness. All the youths disappearing into the night, so they got to get the town together to search for them." The husband walks out of the hospital and notices this group of people talking about how could a whole group of people disappear? Even if it was some mass disturbance, wouldn't someone have seen them? Suddenly, a man yells that they found someone over the hill. The group of people and the husband rush over. There's a woman stuck in a tree. A man is going up to get her. But how does she get up there? While coming back down, he confirms that she's still breathing. Then the husband sees the face. It's his wife. While the husband's trying to wake up Erica, the bystanders are like, only one of them shows up? Where's the rest of them? The scene changes back to their apartment. Erica is in bed, in a sleep-like state, saying what she said earlier, "Why didn't you let me die?" Has been like this for 2 days already. The doctor says there's no need to worry, and that those 200 people, where could they have gone? In the background, Erica is rising slowly, then floats to the ceiling. Now, we're with the group of people from earlier, and they're looking in this cave, thinking maybe this is where the missing people went. They decide to check it out. While walking, one of the man thinks maybe it's a religion or some sort of cult, but the other people can't believe that their loved ones would join such a thing. They reach a point in the cave where it's full of water, basically a dead end, and another man thinks, how come we're only able to find that one girl? She must know something. Another person agrees, so those two men show up to Erica's apartment wanting to talk to her because she's the only one that they found. The entire town is uneasy. The families of the missing are suffering. They can't sleep at night. They just want to ask her some things. The husband responds, the police came too, but her condition is unchanged. He doesn't think it's worth trying, but invites him in anyways. They walk in the room. The first thing the men ask is, why is Erica tied down? He explains that she floats up in her sleep. As soon as the men think that they're out of luck, Erica wakes up. The husband rushes to untie her. She quickly sits up and says, they're falling down. Look out the south window. The three of them look and they see a person falling. One man says, the sky is clear. Where could they have fallen from? There's nothing up there. Suddenly, Erica's eyes turn all the way back, saying, why don't you let me die? Then passes out. The two men rush to where the body has landed. They recognize him as one of the ones who disappeared. They begin to talk. How can someone suddenly fall like that? And say, have you seen this boy's face? That like he witnessed some unspeakable horror. Now outside the apartments, you hear Erica screaming. They're falling down. 3 more are coming, falling from the north. Her husband is trying to snap her out of it. Then outside, the 3 bodies are falling. While the husband opens the door, 3 thuds are heard. He comes back inside. Erica is out again. Now we're out where the 3 people fell. It's confirmed that these were missing people too. The bystanders are worried that their loved ones will fall too at this rate, so they must do something. The scene changes to the husband looking at one of the solutions they came up with, thinking, how could these nets really help? Homeless man walks up and says, these things are a joke. You think it'll save them when they fall? The husband responds, maybe 2 or 3, but they say even more are falling. Homeless man adds, say that they do fall in this net. Who says they're in alive after falling from such a terrible height? Then admits that he saw where they went that night, but kept his mouth shut. Maybe they'll believe him now. That night he fallen up the hill, watching from behind a tree. He saw them floating up into the sky. It was like a dream, rolled up into the night sky. The husband's asking, why did this happen? Why just the youth? Why there? Why rise up and disappear and fall back down one by one? Homeless man answers, it's not for us to know. It's up to the gods. The husband is walking back to the apartment and hears people. He looks up, sees them holding Erica. He rushes towards them. He meets with them and asks, what are you doing with her? They tell him to stay back. They have to kill this girl. She caused all this. She foretold every person. They fell from the sky. The husband pleads, saying killing her isn't going to help anyone, and tries to stop them. They knock him down and hold her over the edge. Before they drop her. She says they're falling. All of them are falling down now. The husband, thinking Erica died. Those people look over the edge and they see Erica floating up. The husband runs to the ledge. Erica has her arms out saying, "Help me, please catch me." Then her eyes goes dim and says it's horrible. The husband's trying to reach for her, then suddenly she gets shot up in the sky. People start falling, bouncing off the ground. Narration goes to 200 bodies of the missing were scattered into the streets, their face overcome with horror. They had been flung down from the heavens, unable to bear the awful existence. At the place where they crossed space and time, the townspeople struggled to grasp what the disappeared had seen there. Why had they been forced to encounter such a sight? To this day, no one knows. Erica's body has still not appeared. Perhaps she'll come falling down someday.